The abortion battle takes a new turn in Michigan tonight with an executive order that Right to Life calls an overreach. Good evening. Thank you for joining us here at 11. I'm Dave Llewellyn. The governor's order stands in the way of other states that may try to prosecute women who come here for an abortion. 7 Action News reporter Brett Cast is in the newsroom with what it means and reaction from both sides of the debate.
Well, in that order that was signed today, Governor Whitmer said she cannot in good conscience participate in other states' attempts to make abortion illegal, vowing that she would not extradite women or providers having abortions here in Michigan. Since the day Roe v. Wade was overturned, there's been protests and uncertainty across the country. As Michigan's own abortion law hangs in the balance, the governor now says the state won't cooperate with other states who make it illegal, signing an order that refuses extradition of women and their providers.
Really grateful to have a partner in Governor Whitmer in protecting access to abortion.
Organizations like Planned Parenthood applaud the order, which protects their employees who assist in abortions for out-of-state patients. They say overall, requests are up 50% since the Supreme Court decision, and they've also seen an increase in the number of out-of-state patients coming from as far away as Texas and Oklahoma.
This is a really important move that the governor has made to ensure that people from other states are protected in addition to Michiganders, and we're really grateful for that.
I don't think a governor should be in the business of picking and choosing who law enforcement should cooperate with when it comes to criminal penalties.
Meanwhile, Right to Life Michigan says the order is an overreach, clarifying they're not for punishing women as seeking abortions, but rather providers if they break the law.
This would be affecting the abortionists who are breaking the laws of other states. And Gretchen Whitmer wants to protect people from being charged criminally for breaking the law.
While it's unclear if any states would attempt to extradite Michigan providers, there's still gray area when it comes to shipping abortion pills over state lines. But in the meantime, abortion remains legal in Michigan and providers are protected.
Abortions are happening in Michigan. 95 babies are going to die today in an abortion clinic, 95 tomorrow and 95 yesterday, and that's what this governor is pushing.
Planned Parenthood's doors are still open, and we're going to continue to provide care to those people who come to us and who need it.
I'm Brett Cast, 7 Action News.
The House will vote Friday on 2 bills aimed at boosting abortion rights. The first one protects a woman's right to travel to get an abortion, and the second grants protections for a woman's right to abortion at the federal level.